everyone. Welcome to my channel, Online Privacy Part 3. So, the protection always comes from your knowledge, and the best would be teaching yourself about the privacy and how to protect yourself. So, the number 13, we've just covered 12 features or 12 items that you should be taking care of in order to just protect yourself while you're just surfing online. Um, Number 13 is regularly clear cookies and cache. So on both mobile and laptop or any kind of, device that you use for online or browsing or any type of access to the internet, regularly you need to just clear cookies and cache because that's where the data, your private data is stored and all the tracking. So when you just open up your browser for the second time that you just get into like let's say a shopping site, they will say, okay, Mr. Customer, glad to see you again. So where do they get this information? From your browser, from your cookie that is stored on your computer. If you just clear that browser cache, they would not be able to just take any data from you. Review privacy settings. That means you always have to review the privacy settings that you've set for your program. That these are the permissions that you yourself have assigned or have given to the individual programs. Sometimes, let's say, for a specific purpose, you might have downloaded an application and you might have used it for like a particular use case, and then um, at that time you decided to just give permission to that application to locate yourself or just extract the data about your location. But afterwards, when you're not using, some they have the option to just one-time use or as per request by the application, or let's say you just want to give one-time access to an application and ever after you don't want that application to know where you are, right? So that's something that you have to regularly go back to your privacy settings for location for any type of private data that you don't want that program or application to extract or store about you, just disable that, right? Like the one that you see on the screen. Use encrypted email. The encrypted email, some of the or many of the banks, when they want to just send a private message to you, they will just send you an email on which they'll give you like a link that you would just copy paste. I would not encourage you to just click on it, copy paste to your browser, and then thereof, you could just go to the bank and see your email by passing the authentication, of course. And then that email will be only visible to you. We got similar applications or tools online that you could just use in order to send and receive protected emails in terms of privacy or if you want to just exchange private data. Educate yourself. The first and foremost item that I would emphasize ever on that would be teaching yourself. Go read, topics. Go read news. Go read new threats against privacy. Those are just publicly available on the internet. You could just go teach yourself what to do, what are what I can do to safeguard myself, right? That's the most important thing. So the more you know about the privacy, the more you protect yourself. Let's say if I know that if I click on something on my email, it will take me to somewhere that might be phished. I would have definitely considered my uh, privacy or my awareness to be uplifted. And before I clicked on any of type of, URL or any type of um, hyperlink that is being sent to me, I would just hover my mouse over that particular thing. I try to not to click on any of those and just copy paste and just hover my mouse first to see what exactly is talking about and just take it to the URL. Or I would check, I mean, many other places as well. So from who this is coming, because on a daily basis, you might be getting several emails from, let's say, xyz.com, whatever, that, okay, your package is shipped, your package is ready to ship. We couldn't just deliver your package. Please go verify yourself and just give us whatever XYZ. If you ever click on those links, they would take you to a site that looks legitimate, let's say like FedEx, right? But behind that site that they're showing to you, there is something that is there to take your credentials, right? So if you ever had like a FedEx account, you would just provide your username and password, and then you would notice that it takes you to nowhere, right? We'll say, okay, Mr. Customer, we would just verify an email, we'll send you an email, and then you verify yourself, and everything is set. And you just go, and you may not ever get an email, or you may get just like another fake email. But what they have is your credential, right? Is your username and password. Even that user password, many people are just using one single user password, which I do not ever encourage people to do so, but one single user password across many platforms. So if they have it, they can just go check your username and password credentials on many other places, on many other sites as well. So this is one of the scams, one of the most important scams ever in the internet. So another one is secure your devices. That means all your devices, including laptop, PC, phones, they have to be protected with a strong password. If you just go back to my videos in the first or the second, you would just get to know yourself about more about the password and how to have like a strong password. And I would encourage you to enable device encryption where possible, right? Many phone devices, many laptops, they have the option, operating systems, to encrypt the data, right? So if just in case your data is being stolen, or your phone or your device is being stolen, there is no way, I would say, to just access or your data, or unfold your data, or unencrypt your data. Data is encrypted, and the keys is with yourself, and you cannot do any type of it. For corporate actually encryption or protection of the devices, there is another mechanism through the MDM, or like different policies that will be enforced by the company, that I will just discuss in another video in more in depth. All right, so be wary of phishing. That means phishing is yet the most used scam in the internet in order to just pick people's username and password. So you gotta just use the data. I mean, this slide actually is not really updated, but the phishing is more about the URLs that you click on. So whenever you just get an email from anywhere that is somehow suspicious, you might be getting something like I said before. Um, your order, your online order is ready, just is awaiting you to confirm. There is something for you that banks, there is a promotion from this company. There is something from the bank. You just go in there, blindly click on something. It takes you to a site that is looks legitimate, but it's not. So in the back, they're just taking or capturing your data, which is your username, password, credentials, in order to just try it on the some other or the similar websites. So just be aware, hover your mouse on the from on the from message to make sure that it's coming from the legitimate site. Then URL, if you want to use that URL, or if you think that is a legitimate one, just hover your mouse again and see if it's really relevant to the sender. So there is a deep video on how to use the URL, and just raises your awareness about the phishing and all those type of things that I will just add later in my collection. Regularly back up your data. One of the most common attacks, I would say, is ransomware. Ransomware is where you just click on something and you run like a tool or some sort of a malicious code on your system, that it starts encrypting all your data. And then something pops up on your screen and says, okay, your data is all encrypted. If you want to just have your data unencrypted, you have to send you have to just give us like this amount of money, right? And then we'll give you the key. I mean, even if you do so, even let's say if you just give that money to the whoever is the adversary, and then they may or may not give you the key. So there is no guarantee, right? But the ransomware is very, very popular, I would say. It's something that is very important these days. And how to protect against it, because many people, they may accident, there is a chance always, and someone could be potentially click on something and be thinking of, I mean, unconsciously. So it could be, I mean, you're just thinking about something, your mind is away, and just you click on something and it explodes, right? So if you have a backup, at least you know that up to a certain point, you have your data backed up, and you could just go back to that backed up data. That's the most important protection. It has to be somewhere else. I mean, offline, preferably, but just some other places like cloud. But anyways, this is one of the most important safeguards against that ransomware. Okay. Another one is read privacy policies. So all the applications, all the sites, they have privacy policies. Formerly, we just spoke about the different style or different standards for the privacy, like GDPR and all those type of good stuff. They're out there in the industry. So read that and understand it. Please protect yourself. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll just see you in my next videos. Bye.